Hello, I'm Andy.
I'm Nancy.
Welcome back.
This week's video has been a chore. I've been very procrastinating because I know what's coming.
Oh, that's a sweetie. That's a sweetie. That's a sweetie. Here, come over here.
That one's fun. Okay. Cut it. It's gotcha. It's gotcha. And I guess I've felt like if I could put this video off as long as possible. It just feels so final. This week's video is one I have not wanted to make at all. And because of the work that we were doing the last few weeks before she died, there wasn't a whole lot of her in the videos. She didn't like the noise, the chipper, the chainsaws. She didn't like any of that. She didn't come around. It'd be funny if we looked out and she was curled up in the middle of the boxes. Oh, Sweetie, you're so cute. Got it inspected on. I never should have let her down. I never should have put her down so she could eat.
Tell me it's always been. All those things that one is saying.
If I had put her down, she wouldn't have gone off the bus. She wouldn't have gone in.
Cause it's always been you. And it's
Connor didn't know what kind Castiel might like to eat, and we were trying to get her to eat anything. So not everything.
and it's always been
Do you want to start or you want me to start?
I have no idea what to say.
Okay. It's been a couple of months and my anger has gone down, but it hasn't gone anywhere near away. I don't feel like we should have had a bit. Still tough.
I don't know that we've said anything video-wise about what happened to Castiel, just that she died. Sorry, this is still really hard to talk about if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I wanted to make a video right away. I wanted to make a short right away. I was very angry right away and was afraid that would come across as too angry. Now that time has passed, we found what we believed are one or two fleas on her, and we had purchased prior when we had some ticks around, and then she never had a tick on her. Some ZooGuard Plus from Murdoch's. Doesn't really matter where we purchased it from, but we bought ZooGuard Plus. It's equivalent to Frontline. It's what was available to us up there in the mountains. We applied it like you were supposed to. And right after we applied it, she wasn't ever the same cat. And 48 hours after we applied it, she was passed on. Less than 48 hours. Right afterwards, I read a lot of things, and lately afterwards, like just recently, I read more things. And it sounds like what happened to us doesn't happen very often. We did bring her to a vet, and the vet had us call a poison control number. I think it was like $80 to call this poison control number.
Animal poison control
for just a couple of minutes. And we talked to them and explained what we had given her and how we'd given her and whatnot, and her weight and all this other stuff. And the poison control says, yeah, some cats sometimes get sick. They'll get upset stomach from it if they are able to digest any of it. And, I mean, they're cats. There's not a part of their body they can't at one point clean. I guess the drooling and the, not wanting to eat or drink was something that, oh yeah, this happened. Usually goes away after a day. And the vet sent us on our way. I shouldn't say the vet sent us on our way. I don't remember seeing a vet.
She didn't come out. She did not come out. The veterinary technician who was sitting at the front counter went to the back and talked to her and told her that Castiel was out there and what had happened, and she said she was too busy preparing for her next appointment, which was an end-of-life care appointment for a dog who was, at the moment when they came in, appeared, physically acting perfectly fine.
He walked himself in on a leash.
Happy, jumping around, like licking people, was very friendly. If you hadn't known he was there for an end-of-life appointment, you wouldn't have known that he was there for an end-of-life care appointment. So it was more important to get information together for a dog that is going to live for a little while versus coming out and actually just physically putting eyeballs on a cat who has been brought in an emergency situation. And she really wasn't doing good. I couldn't get her to eat.
No, we couldn't get her to eat.
I couldn't get her to drink.
Yeah, we force-fed her, or force-drank her with a turkey baster.
And I couldn't get her to eat anything. I kept putting food on my finger and just stuffing it in her mouth and rubbing it around in her mouth in an effort to just try to get her to swallow it. And she just...
When you're nomadic and in the middle of nowhere, you don't get this is the vet that we always get to see. This is the doctor we always get to go to. That's one of the hard parts about being nomadic is...
You take a chance.
I need glasses bad right now. And we've been going around and I just haven't found what I wanted. Now that we've settled about an hour, just under an hour west of here, there's a place I want to go and get glasses at. But now I just got to get over there and get them. But there's some things that are quite a bit harder. You don't get those normals when you're nomadic.
If you're ever in Granby, Colorado, go to the gentleman in the vet's office next to the log cabin Mexican place.
Yeah, we've heard nothing but good about that vet.
Everything wonderful about that man.
After we picked a different vet, unfortunately.
Afterwards, because when you're going and you don't know where any of them are and you just find the one that's open.
And from my research, we're almost alone. I didn't find hardly... I don't think I found any animals that had passed away from it. A lot of animals got sick. A lot of animals that didn't eat or drink for a day or two. Drooled a lot. But unfortunately, we were alone in the...
My guess is that she had some kind of allergic reaction to something that was in it.
Yeah.
But How do you know that until it's too late?
Looks like top down's the way to go.
To remove? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I don't know that you
Bottom
got
up
much
to
choice.
build. And then, yeah. Guess it's time. It's attached on this side too.
Yep. Well, that's all right. Those boards are coming out too.
How many sites have we done here?
We have 2 left, so 30.
No. Yeah. And this is the
29 because the host.
First. Okay, this corner's half lapped.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's angled that way. They didn't half lap any of these here.
Huh.
This one's this is done differently. I mean, I'm sure they are up there, but
That's the one.
yep. Just put joining. I'll half lap them. That's ridiculous to do it that way.
That is ridiculous. Though that comes out pretty easy.
Yeah. It's. I agree. All the half lap ones are. You can't just pull one off like that. I didn't think I aimed low enough that time, but yeah, I just punctured the board in the middle. It's just that rotten.
How do you like that pickaxe?
I like it.
Way better than the other ones?
Yeah.
Good, because the other ones did not last.
Made a mess.
Oh no.
I could kind of see where they could be toenailed to hold them together if the rebar was through the outer one. Because if the rebar was through the outer one, the inner one's not going to move through it. But they have the rebar on the inner one, so each of these outer ones are just held on by a pair of toenails.
Like that one right there.
Like that one right there. I think we're going to build back better. Sounds like I should be a politician. I was going to throw rebar through the two sideways to hold them together.
Oh, stake them together.
Yeah. I would love to use like the big old screws, but at $3 a piece,
That's a lot.
that's a lot of money when the person I'm supposed to do it just like used 10 cents worth of nails. Oh, I'm going to pull another step off just for fun. But after that, I don't know if I have to pull them off. I think I could have Connor over here pulling them off and I could be cutting 4-foot boards. Got it.
Okay.
You don't have the proper shoes on for this.
That's a common theme with me, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Not having the proper shoes. We go for drives, and Andy wants to hike, but doesn't tell me he wants to hike, so I'm wearing ballet flats, not tennis shoes or boots or anything. He gets out wearing his hiking boots because that's all he wears is his hiking boots.
I think the staircase is going to be easier than you thought it was.
We'll
At least
see.
the removal of it.
Yeah, removal's going to be easy. I really thought it was 3 boards deep. I thought they sat on each other a little more. We're going to have a couple extra boards. You can tell this one hit a rock. They had to cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what that's about at all, do we?
No, not
We
at all.
actually, there's the fewest rocks of any campground we've worked at in this one, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there are.
As the Rocky Mountains go.
Yeah, there are.
So to drive them through together this direction,
Yeah.
2 rebars, 3 rebars.
You mean along the
Do
front?
Do we do a little bit of what they did? Do we want to see rebar holes in the front?
No, I
Would
think
it-
we should go in from
Would
the
it
back.
hurt to have a pair of rebar holes?
No, I think we should go in from the back. I think the rebar holes should be in the back.
So then we
That
don't
makes
drill
any
all the way
sense.
through.
Yeah, just don't drill all the way through. Set up your drill bit with a
So it stops
marker
just
so you
before, and
know
then
how
we,
to stop
we cut a
just
bunch
before
of
then and-
new pieces of rebar that's whatever length that is, 10 inches or whatever.
Well, we have quite a bit
Yeah.
left.
So my thought right now would be using 2 rebars coming from the backside so you don't see them. I'll make a jig that holds the 2 boards together, so then I can hammer in and rebar them together, and then have each step built to put on.
So you're talking like bridge decking screws.
Yeah,
So
like the bridge decking screws. But see, that's too
you're
much.
not toenailing with those. That's
No,
way too much.
no, that's what I'm saying. Originally screwing at $10, I'd use something like that from the back. I think if I was going to just
No,
screw.
I was just talking about literally what you had in your hand. If they use nails that aren't even quite as long as that,
Yeah.
what would be the negative to just using those?
And putting the rebar in the outer one.
Yeah, instead
the
of
inner
the
one.
inner one. Although I do question that too, honestly, because I'm looking at the way these stack up, and I'm not sure where where the rebar would hit.
It might not.
I guess they're putting it in the front though, because you can't go. But if you're in the front one, if you go too far forward,
Here's my other question.
you're gonna hit it, but you're gonna come off the step.
Do I toenail them with screws? And instead of 2 rebars, does each step get 4 rebars? Does it get a rebar, 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 rebar? And that way that step's not moving forward because it has rebar through it. And the toenails are really almost there just to hold it together till you rebar each board in. But when he said he wanted them built back the way they came out, I don't think he thought we were going to toenail the front boards up. That seems ridiculous. Could you imagine?
does.
I mean, granted they hit all the toenails, that's why they're there. But I would have at least thrown like 5 across into there on each step. But then you'd see them. And then someone would know that they just toenailed them together. This hit it. Of course, 20-30% of the fire rings I take out have 0 concrete underneath them.
Yeah, I know.
Which is wonderful when you're doing the job. It's like, well, I don't have concrete to dispose of, and I don't have concrete to rip out of the ground. But the idea that you could do your job, they got to be fly-by-night companies that come around for a year, 2 years.
Don't stick around.
Don't
Just
stick
do a
around.
couple things.
Yep.